For many people, their 401k is the largest retirement asset they have. And there's new legislation proposed that could make significant changes to those retirement plans. In this video, I will share with you new enrollment language, new catch-up provisions, and a new way to pay down your student loans. But before we get there, subscribe to my channel. I have over 30 years in this business, and I want to share with you all that I know, and so that you don't make mistakes that many others before you might have made. So let's digress for just a moment, and going back many years ago, what was created was in essence what we called in the industry the three-legged stool. That those who were retiring could rely upon each of the three legs of the stool, and they were Social Security, the pension, and money from your own savings during your working years. But what's happened over time? Most people now have lost the ability to have that pension. They're relying now upon two of the legs of those stools, which would be Social Security and your retirement assets. So the question is, how has America done since the innovation of the 401k? Unfortunately, according to the Census Bureau results, only about 36% of people believe that they are on track for retirement. Another survey done by AARP indicated that many people who were bumping up against that normal retirement age, call it 65, 66, 67, were deferring their retirements where possible. And the number one reason was because they didn't have enough money. So let's review the proposed legislation, and I also want to share with you a couple of the biggest mistakes I see people making with their 401ks that could end up being a very costly mistake as they go and enter retirement. The first big and very important change is what is called the automatic enrollment feature. Now, as you go into a new organization, they allow you the ability to enroll in your plan. And many organizations, as of right now, will automatically enroll you, and then you can decide how much you want to put in. But now, with the new legislation, you are going to be, unless you opt out, automatically enrolled. And with that enrollment, your savings will start automatically at a 3% rate of your income. And more importantly, and the really good news here is, it'll automatically increase that percentage savings up to 10%. The next change is in what is called the catch-up provisions. Now, until now, if you were over the age of 50 through the age of 64, you could catch up an additional $6,500 into your retirement savings. Assuming this new legislation passes, if you are 62, 63, or 64, you can now increase that catch up to $10,000. So accelerating your contribution levels to your retirement plans. There is a bit of a wrinkle here, though, isn't there always? That additional catch-up amount will be considered to be Roth contribution. So when you take that amount out when you need it, it'll come out tax-free, but the contributions will be termed as taxable income. So make sure you talk to your advisor about this and its implications for you. One of the really big changes is in the ability to pay back your student loan. Now, for many people, they defer contributing to their retirement plan until they've paid off their student loans. And right now, that impacts a lot of people. There's about 43 million people with about $1.7 trillion of loans outstanding. So the new legislation is going to be tremendous in this area. In essence, your employer is going to be able to take a look at if you pay $1,000, let's say, towards your student loan, then the employer could match that $1,000 in the form of a retirement plan contribution for you. So this could have a great impact, particularly for those who are younger, who are looking to pay off that student loan, but can now start moving money into their retirement plans as a result of their employer matching their student loan payment. Huge deal. Finally, you can now delay even further taking money out of your retirement plans with what's regarding the required minimum distribution. Up until a couple of years ago, that RMD was 70.5. That was moved to 72 with the Secure Act. And now with this proposed legislation, depending upon how old you are, you could now delay it as long as the age of 75. So take that into account when you think about planning for your retirement. So I want to go over a couple of those really big mistakes I find that people make with regards to their 401k. But before I get there, in my recent book, Don't Outlive Your Money in Retirement, we created a quiz. You can go find it in our banner. Click the quiz. It's a 15-question quick quiz for you. And once you're done, we will score for you which one of the 3 retirement preparedness stages you are in. I'll also get you a free chapter of the book along with a couple of worksheets so that you can have a little bit more clarity with regards to how prepared you are for your retirement. So 3 big mistakes I find people make. First, having too much of the company's stock in your 401k. I've told this story over and over again. I had a client many, many years ago. He was with Wang. He was 6 months from retirement. He had hit his retirement number. He was ready to go. But against my recommendation, he held on to that Wang stock. I had strongly suggested to him to start to unwind it, to take the risk down. And for many who've been with an organization for many years and own that stock, they think the company will take care of them. That's not the case. And as we all know, and history has shown us, sometimes this doesn't work out very well. And for those who were with Wang and this particular individual, several months after he retired, the Wang stock plummeted along with his ability to pursue his retirement goals. So be careful. The closer you get to your retirement, assess how much company stock you really should be owning. The second big mistake is what I call set it and forget it. You really should be going back to your retirement plan provider to talk about the asset allocation you have within that plan. Markets change. Cycles move. Things happen in the world, and your portfolio should be reflective of these changes. Now, I'm not saying you make major changes or try to time the market, but being a bit more proactive with your investments may put you in a better place for a better retirement number. The third mistake I find, and it goes along with the set it and forget it, most people don't check the beneficiaries that they've designated but once. And that one time is when we initially enroll in the 401k plan and we set it and forget it. But it may be that many years later you look back and you find that maybe the primary beneficiary is your wife or your husband. The contingent beneficiary may be Aunt Molly. But Aunt Molly passed away 6 years ago, and you never updated it. So make sure you go back into your designated beneficiary area to make sure it's up to speed.